Live, local, breaking news. This is WYFF News 4 at 6 in high definition.
The world's oldest profession is becoming a growing problem in the upstate.
Officials say people are becoming bolder, even making deals right in front of businesses in the middle of the day. WYFF News 4 investigates. Gabrielle Komorowski went undercover to see what's being done to nab these Johns. Gabby?
Michael and Carol, we watched as almost a dozen men were arrested in just a matter of hours.
What do you want, sir? What do you want?
410-501, we got a deal.
Greer Police took WYFF News 4 Investigates undercover. Our camera was rolling inside an unmarked police vehicle. We watched as an undercover female officer posed as a prostitute.
They're put out in the areas where we know this type of activity goes on.
She wears a hidden camera and a microphone, so police nearby know when to move in. She walks along Highway 101 in broad daylight on a Thursday afternoon, waiting for a John to make an offer. In under 35 minutes, the first arrest is made. The driver of this pickup truck offered $20. The undercover officer tells us it was for a sex act. Then in the Victor Mill area, the man driving this black BMW is arrested. Our undercover officer says he offered $30 for sex. This man walks up to the undercover officer. Police listening nearby respond. Why did you do that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Looks like you were trying to buy some sex.
Nah, she was trying to give me something. I told her I don't do none of that. She was trying to sell some.
After 5 hours, Greer Police arrested 10 men for soliciting prostitution.
And it even surprises us sometimes that there's the amount of activity that there is. It was a little more secluded several years ago, and now it's not. It's a lot more out in the open.
The city of Greenville tells WYFF News 4 Investigates there's been a steady increase in prostitution offenses in the past 6 years. Take a look. There were 11 arrests in 2009. So far in 2014, Greenville police have arrested at least 75 people for prostitution offenses, including 59 in a prostitution sting in August. Officials say they have to keep conducting these stings on the streets because more serious crimes often go hand in hand with prostitution.
We've linked it to burglaries and larcenies and even robberies.
Police also conduct these stings to respond to complaints from neighbors and business owners.
Well, it's not good for business. I mean, you know, a lot of people don't want to be around that kind of activity.
Ronnie Pearson says he's seen people soliciting prostitutes near his barber shop on Highway 101.
Let's hope it gets cleaned up a little more.
Police hope these arrests will send a message. Now, it is important to note that during that sting you just saw, Greer Police were only targeting the Johns, the people soliciting prostitution, not the prostitutes. Each of those men arrested will have to go to court next month, and if convicted of soliciting prostitution, the fine is $470 and/or 30 days in jail. Michael.
Gabby, thank you. A 20-year-old upstate man has been found guilty in the murder of a Clemson student. WYFF News 4's Mandy Gaither was there, and she is live in local force in Pickens County tonight. Mandy, how much time will he serve?
Michael, he got 50 years in prison for the crime and will have to serve all of it minus the 22 months that he's already spent in jail awaiting trial. Now, after the verdict was read, Lester DeVaria Mosley was seen wiping his eyes. It took 90 minutes for the jury to find Mosley guilty of murder and other charges in the death of Stephen Gritch, who was a Clemson student. Mosley and 3 others went to Gritch's Chimney Ridge apartment to steal drugs from Gritch's roommate, and Mosley beat and killed Gritch that December night in 2012. Gritch's father, also named Steve, gave an emotional speech to the judge before the sentencing.
I just hope this man gets the maximum sentence allowed. He's taking our lives away. We feel this. Forever. Thank you.
Now, Mosley also spoke to the judge before his sentencing. He said, and I'm quoting here, "I want to tell the family that I'm sorry for their loss, what happened to their son." He went on to say, quote, "Even though I still know that I didn't do it, but the courts found that I did, so can't take it back. I'm sorry." Now, Mosley also testified in his own defense today, telling the jurors he wasn't there the night Gritch was murdered. Of course, jurors did not testify say that Mosley.
Obvious audio problems there. We apologize for that. We'll try to get back to Mandy as soon as we can. Lawrence County deputies are investigating a shooting that involved a father, a son, and a grandson. The shooting happened this afternoon at a home on Sloop Drive. Deputies believe an argument between the three led to that gunfire, and they believe the grandfather is the shooter. One person was shot in the arm, the other in the side. Both were taken to the hospital, but authorities do not believe the wounds are life-threatening.
The sole bomb-sniffing dog at the GSP airport has died. Officials tell us Emma, a 7.5-year-old black lab, died yesterday in the back of the canine unit at the airport. We're told the air conditioning failed. Emma's partner was out of the car handling an issue in the terminal when the malfunction happened.
The officer involved in this is very upset. He's been here at the airport about 14 years. He's actually been a canine handler for the full 14 years that he's been here.
Weston says the airport has mutual aid agreements with other agencies, so GSP will not be without bomb-sniffing services. Emma was the third canine officer in the history of the airport. She served for 2.5 years. Some
controversy in the sporting world. Quarterback for the #1 team in college football will be suspended during the big game with Clemson. Sports director Brad Froelich is right here with the story. And Brad, it's Clemson versus Florida State, but Jameis Winston's suspension is not for the whole game, right?
Yeah, no, Michael, it's not. Jameis Winston's been suspended for the first half of the game against Clemson Saturday night. Officials say it's for making lewd and derogatory remarks about women while standing on a bench in an on-campus building. Multiple students went to Twitter to share what Winston said, and that's what led to the suspension by Florida State administrators. Athletic Director Stan Wilcox said in a statement, quote, "As a result of his comments yesterday, which were offensive and vulgar, Jameis Winston will undergo internal discipline and will be withheld from competition for the first half of the Clemson game," end quote. Jameis Winston did address this situation this afternoon with the media. Hear what he had to say coming up a little later in sports. And as you can imagine, social media has reacted to the news that broke this afternoon. WYFF News 4's Liz Loheis has been tracking the response from the Social Media Listening Center at Clemson.
People are blowing up their social media accounts after the announcement on Winston, and we're tracking things here at the Clemson Social Media Lab. As you can see, 89% of people posting about Winston have been saying negative things. We're also looking at who the key influences are when posting about Winston, and those are major sports networks as well as people in the media with a large following. We do want to point out that we're not just tracking people at Clemson posting about Winston, but all over the nation. Liz Loheis, WYFF News 4 in Clemson.